So that's July 23rd. This summer, it's my third time out this way. It's about 2 hours and 20 minutes to get here, so sometimes it's a challenge to get out here to scout. But I was here last weekend, saw a pretty good 4-point. I'm looking for bigger. I'm drawing this year for Muley. Seen a good one last week. I saw him again this morning. Had him bedded on a hillside. And then an hour ago, just driving the outskirts of this canola field that I'm overlooking and saw what I think is a pretty good shooter. So right now I'm just overlooking this field. I think they made their way to a thicket on the hillside to bed down. And I'm just hoping him or his buddy pop out and give me a look. So this looks like a good spot. I've got permission all around here, so I feel comfortable with that. And I just hope to see this guy again. Maybe chase him around with my bow, and then November 1st, I'll be in here with my rifle. Hope to get a big muley. Stay tuned.
Every year, Travis Sturko spends countless hours scouting whitetail and mule deer across central Alberta. This year, Travis has put in for his muley draw in a zone that he has been watching for several years. Rich in the kind of valleys that mature muleys can thrive in, Travis has his heart set on raising the bar and harvesting a personal best trophy buck.
Stripping his velvet. That's why we hunt. Very happy. Couldn't be more proud.
We got a visual on the buck. He's about 40 yards away.
Great story on this bull. I've been after him all year.
This whole experience was incredible. This is why I hunt.
It's late October, a couple days before the season. I'm lucky enough to get a draw in this zone in kind of eastern Alberta, I guess. I'm going to show you here some phone scope footage. Definitely a handy tool to have when you're out scouting. I got my Vortex spotter, my iPhone, and a phone scope here. This deer is about 330 yards. Doesn't seem to be bothered that I'm watching him. Hopefully you can see that in the background. That's pretty neat. Just standing there probably for 7 minutes or so.
Rifle season opens November 1st, and we're gonna be right by Travis's side when we come back. The Fever is brought to you by APA Archery, Vortex Optics, Deluxe Wall Tents, Affordable Hydrovac, K&K Food Liner, and these other fine partners.
So it's opening day, November 1st. Dar, Matt, and I are out. I've waited 6 years for a draw out in this country. You can see we got a big valley that we're up on top overlooking. We've seen 3 bucks this morning. Nothing big enough, but a couple that were definitely decent bucks. So So it's still opening day, about 2 o'clock. We're at a new spot of mine, some new permission, overlooking a pretty nice sized valley. And we're just watching 2 does and a 1-horn buck. It looks like a pretty heavy 3-point. Hopefully he lost a fight to a big 200-inch muley that we'll find here eventually. Just had a tailgate lunch. And we'll be ready for an evening hunt. So it's Remembrance Day weekend. We're out early morning. Sun is just coming up, and we spotted some does and then got the spotter out. And we're watching a pretty good buck that's bedded. His forks aren't great. He does have a sticker on his left side. I think he's just waiting for the sun to come up. I'm trying to make him bigger than he is, but I don't think there's any chance he's bigger than maybe 180. He just needs another year. So we've got the Vortex spotter out with the phone scope. And basically the steer's 450 yards and we can pick him clean basically. We can see that he's right at his ears. His front forks are pretty strong. Back forks are weak. He does have a ticker off his left side. And we can calmly decide that he's just not quite big enough. He's a great deer. He's a nice mature buck, but I've got a 6-year draw here, so I'm looking for something bigger. And this is Remembrance Day, long weekend, so we've got some time. Just spotted a really nice 4-point. I got a good look at him. I bet she's 180. He's down below on a couple levels, so we're just gonna try to get closer.
If I get a good look at him, if I think he's bigger, we might take him. So we're just gonna try to make a play on him here. This is a nice deer. Just working his way down. You know what? Even if we get to there, and then if we have to get closer, we will. I want to make this into a 180. I think he's every bit 180 and maybe bigger. Yeah, he's got great forks. He's that spaded shape. He's bedded along that bush edge facing like that way. I can see his toes. So 250 is a really nice buck. He's on the bottom edge of that. You can see his nose. It spotted a buck like a mile and a half away. And then I got the spotter out and I could see like a big mainframe 3. And just below us in this valley, this guy just came slowly walking out. Kind of feeding. He's really calm, obviously. He doesn't know we're here. Now he's just bedded at 250. You got a good look at him. He's got deep, deep forks. Yeah, it's just his one back right might be a little weak. He's like ears, and then he spades. I wonder if we may be able to cut across here, get to those willows, get a better look at him. It's really calm. We just got through the noisiest grass. Now we got some natural grass here that we can sneak through and be real quiet. We can go 20 more yards and get the binoculars on him and then make a decision on what we want to do from there. He's a nice buck though, for sure. His back forks are big. I'm trying to make him into like a 190. He's pretty damn close, I think. Yeah. The only reason I'd want to get closer just to get a good look on his right side. What a neat experience, though. So we're laying here 225 yards from a really nice Alberta mule deer. For me, this is what I love. The fact that you can come up and hunt and get close to a really nice mule deer. So I think right now, we're 225. He's got a really good left side, we can see that. I think if we get closer, we might be able to see, maybe he's got big brows, maybe he's got some stickers. So I think it's worth it. Experiencing something like this is really cool. He fell forward a little bit. Oh, good. He must be sleeping right now. It's only like 125 yards. His back is good. His back right. His back right is good.
Closing in another 75 to 100 yards was enough for Travis to clearly identify this buck as the Trident buck, a buck he has plenty of footage of from scouting in the preseason.
The Trident buck is sleeping right now at 150 yards. His chin is on the ground right now. seen him in velvet early season. Just actually at the top of this valley in a canola field. I figured he was a mid-170s type deer. And lo and behold, here we are, mid-November. And we confirmed that it's him. I called him the Trident buck. His front fork has a little inside kind of trident like that. His front right fork, so I may be nuts for passing, but this whole experience was incredible. This is why I hunt. We've been watching him for probably 40 minutes in this spot. We're 150 yards away. He's peacefully asleep, and we're gonna let him sleep. And he's bedded, chin on the ground. We hike back up to the top of the valley. We can still see the deer bedded. You know, for me, it's always the experience of the hunt, so I have no problem passing on that deer. I've always been for the thrill of the hunt and the adventure, so this was a great opportunity and good experience all around. So I'm happy I passed on it. Hopefully the hunting gods will reward me and give me an opportunity at a nice, 190 or 200 inch, because I think this is the spot for him. This is a huge valley. So all in all, a great experience, and I'm happy with the morning, that's for sure. So stay tuned, you're watching The Fever.
This segment of The Fever is brought to you by Vortex Optics.
Today the wind's up, so we haven't seen much activity. We're right in the spot where we've seen a pretty good one yesterday with the split brows. So it's about 2 o'clock, so we're probably going to be heading back to my little honey spot, and hopefully we see some nice bucks. Something that I squeeze the trigger on. That was a pretty good buck. He stood broadside for just a second. I was gonna squeeze, and then he started trotting. Yeah, he's nice, chocolate brown. He's got tickers on his left and right. 4x3, split brows. So it's been a really slow day. We had a bunch of fog roll in. The sun did come out, which was good. And then right behind me here, about 600 yards, we had that nice 4-point with a ticker on his left side at like 650 yards. And he just walked back into the bush. So I think at this point we're not going to make a play, but he's a pretty decent buck. The same scenario presents itself in a couple days. I think we'd have to make a play, but I still got a couple more days left, so I'm going to try to be picky here. So we had a really foggy day yesterday. The fog was socked right in. We're in the big valley here, and sure enough, we knew it was going to be an active morning. So we got to a good lookout, and about a mile away,
we can see what looks to be 2 or 3 bucks with one doe. Mark's seen the frame, he said it's pretty good. So now we were able to get to another vantage point. We got probably a half-mile walk along this ridge just to get a closer look, so wish us luck. We spotted the deer probably a half-mile back. We walked this whole ridge. We got to here, and then they went down into the valley and they came up the other side about 300 yards.
Trying to play catch-up with a mule deer is not an easy task, especially when you're talking about a rutting buck chasing after a doe who has no desire to stay still long enough for you to make up any distance.
So here we are, it's the last day of November. It's the afternoon, so we still have an evening hunt, but things aren't looking good. I had a 5-year muley draw that I was hoping, it's a new area, I was hoping to get maybe a 190 or a 200, but unfortunately that didn't present itself. But overall, it's been a great week. I wish you all the best of luck and happy hunting. You're watching The Fever.
The Fever is brought to you by APA Archery, Vortex Optics, Deluxe Wall Tents, Affordable Hydrovac, K&K Food Liner, and these other fine partners. For the latest updates and prize giveaways, follow The Fever on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.